everyone. Welcome to the 140th episode of Cartoon Fight Club. I'm your host, Animation Rewind, and if you are new to this series, be sure to check out the older content. But if you know how the game is played, then let's get ready for the fight. Tonight's episode was animated by the legendary Saiyan Warlord X, so if you enjoy what you see, head on over to his channel and subscribe. Speaking of tonight's battle, we have a fight between Bill Cripher and Asriel dreemurr. But before we start, it is extremely important to know these two things. The outcome of this battle will not spoil or infer the outcome of the Gravity Falls vs Undertale Total War, mainly due to the fact that Total War will have both a completely different circumstance and roster selection. So don't let this episode infer what's going to happen in that one. And secondly, this battle is loaded with spoilers from both series, so be aware for those. With all this being said, let's introduce Cartoon Fight Club's 140th round of fighters. Young Prince Asriel was the heir to the throne of the Underground. Son of King Asgore, he was destined for royalty. Little did he know royalty would seem like child's play to the full power he would eventually have. This all began when a young child known as Kara fell down into the underground and was adopted into Asriel's family. At first, Kara and Asriel were great friends, but soon Asriel began to discover Kara's true intentions and Kara's hatred for others. During a mission Asriel was performing for Kara, he decided to finally put his foot down and ditch the plan. However, doing so fatally caused him to perish in a flower garden. Because of this, the royal scientist Elphys was tasked to save Asriel. Elphys tried to use determination as an attempt to resurrect him, but sadly it was a failure which turned Asriel into a useless flower. Now don't judge Flowey based solely on appearance. That is the worst thing you can do, because with a blink of an eye, this flower can turn into the god of hyperdeath known only as Asriel dreemurr. The full power of Asriel dreemurr is one that is truly unknown. But from the information that we do know, we know enough to state that this is a dangerous foe to face. He dwarfed God Flowey in a power decrease by an infinite amount, and this form was able to effortlessly both create and destroy multiple timelines at once. This easily ranks Asriel at a multiversal power scale. His speed is easily massively faster than light, and at his fastest, it's actually kinda immeasurable. He is fast enough to actually have all forms of matter and life frozen, corrupting the timeline, which makes him near or on par with omnipresence. He was able to switch and alter multiple timelines and was unfazed by doing so. If you check Asriel's in-game stats, it shows that his attack and defensive stats are infinite. This actually makes him impossible to harm by physical means. Asriel's reality warping is one that is unseen or unheard of. He can actually rip through multiple timelines using universal space continuums as pawns for his own little game. His signature attacks are known as Star Blazing and the Hyper Gunner. With Star Blazing, he can throw literal stars towards his foes, and with the Hyper Gunner, he can send a giant gold skull capable of destroying entire timelines. He is a master of fire magic and has a Chaos Saber that is faster and stronger than any saber or sword in the game. You can't beat Asriel through physical means. There are no real ways to physically harm him. Asriel only has one true way of going down. Only a pure soul with enough determination can reach out to him and allow him to remember who he once was. Only Asriel can be Asriel. If you're good enough, you could calm him down and allow him to depower. Overall, Asriel dreemurr is the reality warping god of hyperdeath. He is physically impossible to beat with physical attacks alone. Only a good soul and spirit can calm Asriel down and allow himself to step down.
How should I start it? You like jazz? You like jazz? You like jazz?
Let's discuss Bill Cripher. The legendary god-tier reality warping meat Dorito is back. That's right, I'm talking about the one and only Bill Cripher. And unsurprisingly, we got some new hard-hitting information about this pyramid of triangular doom. Bill's one true weakness has been revealed within the Gravity Falls series, and it is my job to tell you exactly what that weakness is. However, before I do that, let me give you a quick rundown on who Bill Cripher exactly is. Bill is a fourth-dimensional reality warper who finally gained his physical form to unleash his weird Mageddon on the third dimension. It is impossible for a third-dimensional life form to harm Bill Cripher through physical means alone. Only another fourth-dimensional or fifth-dimensional god-tier reality warper would have the power to physically take on Bill without going after his one weakness. For the rest of the normies out here in the third dimension, there is only one way to beat Bill Cripher, and it's a bit of a suicide mission that requires more than one mind. Basically, if you allow Bill to enter a mind, you can then destroy or erase that mind along with Bill. The only way that this is possible is if 1. Bill wants to enter that said mind, 2. You successfully delete all the memories in that mind, and 3. You have the technology or supernatural powers to erase memories to begin with. Without taking advantage of this mind-erasing hacks, a full-on physical Weird Mageddon Bill Cripher is basically impossible to stop through physical means alone. Bill is a fourth-dimensional reality warper. He can warp all of reality around him, freeze time completely, change his size and appearance, fire laser blasts so powerful that they can take out supreme life forms such as the Time Baby, and pretty much anything he wants. Bill Cripher is a crazy triangle who gives you little to no options when facing him. In order to beat him, one would need a lot of planning, another friend or brain willing to make the sacrifice to take him out, along with themselves. Overall, Bill is a top-tier reality warper with practically an unstoppable physical form. He can be defeated through mind-erasing hacks, but doing so requires outside help, mind-erasing capabilities, and the sacrifice of the host's mind. And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle is going to take place in the underworld with no prep. Let the battle begin!
Aha! I got it! I got it! Wow! You gotta learn to keep cool under pressure. Sorry. There's something suspicious. I won't lose, not to the likes of you.
Sayonara, Meat Dorito. Now, before we discuss why Asriel wins, I want to give a huge shout out to the battle animator, Saiyan Warlord X. If you enjoyed what you saw, head on over to his channel and subscribe. We got one last debate to settle for 2016, and that is the mighty battle between Bill Cripher and Asriel dreemurr. And before we do that, please know that this fight did not have any prep time. This is important to know because the Total War coming in 2017 will have preparation. Now, what makes this debate so hard to settle is that there is no real way to break this down. The way both of these characters are designed goes against all natural forms of versus debating. Picking a winner based on power scaling and stats for this fight really won't make any sense for multiple reasons. 1.